Meet Fred the fish. Fred has grown up in a protected stream in a nature preserve, but he is about to leave the preserve and journey downstream. You will join his journey and record changes that occur through Fred's adventure. Imagine a clean river as it meanders through a protected wilderness area. In this river lives Fred the fish. How is Fred? Fred has lived in this stretch of the river all of his life, but now he's going on an adventure and traveling downstream. Fred swims into farm country. He passes a freshly plowed riverbank, soil. It begins to rain and some of the soil erodes into the river. Then, Fred swims under a highway bridge. Some cars traveling across the bridge are leaking motor oil. The rain is washing this oil into the river below. How is Fred? On the next bridge, there is salt that has been left on the road from when the road froze in a snowstorm earlier. Salt has now entered the waterway. How is Fred? Then Fred swims past the city park. Some picnickers didn't throw their trash away into the garbage can. The wind is blowing the trash and litter into the river. How is Fred? Fred nears a suburban housing development. Some fertilizer from the farms and the lawns washed into the river a while back. The fertilizer made the plants in the river grow very fast and thick. Eventually, the river couldn't furnish them all the nutrients that they needed, and so they died and started to decay. Their decomposition is using some of Fred's oxygen. How is Fred? Several factories are located downriver from the city. Although regulations limit the amount of pollution the factories are allowed to dump into the river, the factory owners don't always abide by them. How is Fred? The city's wastewater treatment plant is also located along the stretch of the river. The pollution regulations aren't as they should be. Also, a section of the plant has broken down. Pollution enters the waterway. How is Fred? Finally, Fred swims past a hazardous waste dump located at the bank next to the river. Rusty barrels of toxic chemicals are leaking. The rain is washing these poisons into the river. How is Fred?